So this movie starts with a small and beautiful village, where people are very happy because they got the good news that the witch of this village has died. In the meantime, a fairy named Glinda comes here, who confirms that the witch has actually died. On hearing this, the villagers rejoiced, and the posters of the witch put up in the village started torn. Now Glinda was about to leave from there, when a little girl came and asked Glinda, "How is a witch made, and why does everyone consider her so bad?" Hearing this child's question, Glinda got serious and told the child that these witches are not bad, they are made bad. It is our bad attitude that makes these witches like this. After saying this, the scene shifts to the past, when the magician Elphaba was born. Her color was green, that's why her father, the general, did not accept her. It was revealed that she is also a magical child. Whenever she cried or she used to get angry, things would start flying in the air. Elphaba did not get the love of her mom and dad. As Elphaba grew up, her problems also increased. No one loved her, no one stayed with her. She now also had a sister named Rose, who was very beautiful but was handicapped with one leg. That Elphaba loved her very much. One day, when Elphaba was telling a story to Rose and her friends, all the children started making fun of her. Elphaba got angry, and he picked up stones from below with his magical power, and hit those children. When the general got this news, he got very angry with Elphaba's actions, and took his daughter Rose away from there, while Elphaba was left alone there. The scene ends and we are again shown Glinda and the villagers, where now, these people have made a very big statue of that witch, which Glinda burns. She was about to go back from here when another girl asked her, "Was Elphaba your friend that you are talking like this about her?" Glinda replied, "Maybe she was not a friend, but I know her very well." As soon as she said this, we went back to the time when Elphaba and Glinda were together. Glinda was in the university to study, and Elphaba also came to the same university that day, to get her sister Rose admitted, but not herself because the general didn't give her permission to study. Well, now the introduction of all these starts. Later the teacher starts taking Rose from there with protocol, because she was the daughter of a general. Elphaba did not like this and she stopped the teacher, but the teacher did not listen to her and took Rose to the front. Elphaba got angry and with her power, she stopped Ross's wheelchair. As soon as she got angry, everything started flying here, and the principal saw all this. The principal knew that after seeing Elphaba's magic, all the children would start beating her and would consider her bad. That's why the principal appeared as if she had done the magic, and saved Elphaba from all the children. After which she asked Glinda to take Elphaba to her room. Glinda agreed to this but not Elphaba, because she had not come here to study. She had to go back, but now the principal takes her to a room alone, where she praises her magical powers. She also offers to teach her and teach her to control her powers. Hearing this, Elphaba becomes very happy and excited, but only for a little while, because the very next moment, she remembers that her father will not allow her to study. The principal assured her that she would talk to the governor, and get her admitted to the university. Now, Elphaba was very happy. When she went to Glinda's room to stay for the night, she saw that Glinda had scattered her things in the whole room. There was no place for Elphaba. When she tried to make her place, Glinda stopped her, and Elphaba got angry. The other things started flying in the air and even fell on the glass. Elphaba threw her things away, made her place and slept. They kept fighting over the things during the night too, which the other students got to know about somewhere. In the morning, we saw that a team was formed here against Elphaba and Glinda. There was no one in Elphaba's team, everyone went to Glinda's team. They started abusing Elphaba. In the mess, everybody left Elphaba alone. In the class, all the children together made fun of Elphaba. Anyway, the class started and a professor came to teach them, who is an animal. When the professor is unable to pronounce the name of Glinda correctly, Elphaba takes the teacher's side, and makes him feel that all this is normal. The professor starts his lecture, and tells them that there was a time, when humans and animals used to live together, but then when there was a shortage of food for people, humans started killing animals for their own benefit, and then a time came when humans decided to make animals slaves instead of keeping them. While the professor was watching the lecture, the professor saw that in the lecture, people were still talking against animals. He left the place in sadness. Seeing this, Elphaba understood his sadness because nobody ever gave Elphaba her rights. Elphaba went with the professor and befriends him. Here the scene cuts and we are shown that the principal had also started training Elphaba, in which she had to learn to control her magical powers. Elphaba can lift things properly with her powers, but as soon as she gets angry, all the things start getting destroyed. Seeing this, the principal, instead of getting angry, becomes happy considering that her powers are immense. At night, when Elphaba was about to come to the professor again, she heard that the teacher was telling her people that now we should pack our things and leave here. Now, we have no place here. The day is not far when humans will kill us. Hearing this, Elphaba became sad. She was about to leave from there, when the professor saw her and called her inside. The professor gave her a lot of love. Seeing this, Elphaba promised him that she will surely help him, and will help you in getting your rights. After saying this, Elphaba went towards the jungle, where she met a boy who was coming there on a horse, and got scared after seeing Elphaba. And here we came to know that he was the prince. On the other side of the university, discussions about the arrival of the prince were on air. Glinda gets ready very well to impress the prince. After coming to the university, the prince does not pay much attention to anyone, but Glinda, who was the brightest and the most beautiful student in the university, keeps on trying to impress the prince. So finally, the prince befriends her, and she brings the prince to the library, where we come to know that the prince's habits have become very bad, and he starts breaking rules here too, and he climbs on the books, due to which the librarian got very angry on him. To tease the librarian, the prince started singing here. Along with Glinda, everyone started singing with the prince, and started enjoying here except for Elphaba. The scene cuts and it is shown that a boy invites Glinda to the prom party, but Glinda wanted to go with the prince, so he offered her to go with Rose. Rose became very happy on the boy's invitation, and as soon as she told this to Elphaba, she stopped Rose from going, because she felt that there must be some trick of Glinda behind this, but Rose was not going to understand this. She got angry when Elphaba refused. Here it was shown that Glinda was also getting ready very well to go to the party. And then Elphaba also came there. Glinda's friends found a very strange cap among Glinda's belongings. This cap belonged to her grandmother and looked like that of a witch. She picked up a cap and gave it to Elphaba. When Elphaba goes to the party wearing this, everyone makes fun of her. Unaware of this, Elphaba becomes happy on Glinda's behalf, that at least there is a place for Elphaba in her heart. And now everyone goes to the prom party. They were enjoying a lot while dancing. Ross was happy and so was Glinda with the prince. Elphaba also came by wearing the cap given by Glinda. Seeing her strange appearance, everyone started making fun of her. Everyone was laughing at her. She took off this cap and placed it on the ground, and here she started dancing alone, because she had not come with anyone. Seeing her strange dance, everyone started making fun of her, even more, and were laughing with each other. Seeing this, Glinda started feeling bad, because this was happening because of her. In order to reduce her guilt, Glinda came here, and accompanied Elphaba in the dance and danced just like Elphaba. Due to which all the people also realized their mistake, and they also danced with Elphaba like her. It clearly meant that along with Glinda, Elphaba has also been accepted by the rest of the people. This was a very big day for Elphaba. Now all the evil in her heart for Glinda had vanished. Both of them hug each other to end their anger. After leaving the party, both of them were talking like friends for the first time in their room. Glinda told Elphaba that Prince and I are going to get married soon. It's a secret, only you know it. After telling her secret, Glinda asked Elphaba about her secret. She thought that Elphaba's secret was her green bottle, which she always kept under her pillow. That Glinda quickly picked up so that Elphaba could tell her secret. But this was not Elphaba's secret. She quickly took the bottle and kept it under her pillow, because this bottle belonged to her mother. Due to her act, Glinda gets angry and goes to her bed. Then she comes to Elphaba to convince her and tells her that actually my dad, that is the governor, doesn't like me at all, because I am born a green baby. Now their second child would also not have been like me. That is why the governor, that is my dad, made my mom drink a lot of milk every day, due to which Rose was not born as a green baby girl, but she was born prematurely, due to which she is handicapped by the feet. Because of Rose being born early, Elphaba's mother also died. Elphaba felt that he was responsible for all these things. If she had not been born like this, then neither her father would have been able to feed milk to her mother, nor Rose have been born early, nor she would have been handicapped, and her mother too would have been alive today. Saying this, she is very upset. Seeing her getting emotional, Glinda explained to her that it was not her fault. To change Elphaba's mood, she grooms Elphaba, does some makeup on her and changes her style. Due to which, when she goes to the university the next day, everyone likes her. Even the prince stopped and started talking to her. At this time Elphaba was going to meet her professor, who was an animal. Now since animals were not safe in this world, that is why all these animals were leaving the college. It was their last class, but before they could leave, a teacher comes there with security guards, and forcibly makes them leave. Elphaba feels very bad seeing this. She wanted to help them but could not do anything. Now instead of that professor, a new professor had come, who had kept a small lion cub in his captivity. By keeping it in the cage, the professor wanted to tell the children, that now the animals will not live with us but in our captivity. Seeing all these things, Elphaba got very angry. She did not like the idea of the animals being imprisoned at all. Due to her anger, all the things there, and the flowers started flying. Due to the effect of her anger, everyone fell unconscious except the prince. As soon as all the children fell unconscious, Elphaba got up for leaving the lion cub in the jungle. The prince also helps her, and these people set out towards the jungle on a bicycle with the lion cub. When the principal comes to the class, she finds all the students and the teacher unconscious. Seeing this, she understood that Elphaba must have done this magic. Her powers had increased so much, she became very happy, and she went and wrote a letter to a great magician. Here in the jungle, the prince and Elphaba started arguing on something. The prince was about to leave from here after getting angry, when Elphaba holds the prince's hand. She also started liking the prince, but she knew that the prince will never marry her, so she herself did not take the matter forward. And they came back. The next day, she came to know that in the university, there was a big surprise for Elphaba, when a great magician called Elphaba to meet him. Because the principal had told him about Elphaba's magical powers, Elphaba felt it very good opportunity for her, and he decided to meet the magician. A green-colored train also came to pick her up. When she was about to leave, everyone came here to meet her. The prince gave a good luck flower to her. Glinda also came to meet her, and she shared another secret of hers with her, that now her and the prince's friendship is not the same as before. The prince now seems a bit annoyed with her. After telling this, Elphaba felt a little sad, but now she got on the train. While leaving, Glinda gave a letter to Elphaba, in which it was written that Glinda wanted to go with her, but she could not tell her this. Elphaba looked at her, and held her hand quickly and pulled into the train. And in a short while, they finally reached the Emerald City. This was the same city which we saw in the beginning of the movie, that is, we saw it in the future as well. Here, both of them are welcomed very well. Everyone dances for them, and finally they are brought inside, where they realize that this is a magical city, where they see a magic show. After this show, finally the magician, that is wizard, appeared in front of them. This wizard takes this magician Elphaba with him, and shows her the future of this city. The city which he had designed looked very beautiful. Elphaba suggests to the magician that he should paint the streets yellow, that is to fill them with lights. The magician did this. Also shows Elphaba a small puppet of Elphaba, which was showing that Elphaba will rule over this city. Seeing this, Elphaba immediately said that my dream is not to rule anywhere, my dream is to do something for the animals, and for this I need your help. During their conversation, the principal arrives there, seeing whom Elphaba gets very happy and goes and hugs her. They were talking that Elphaba wanted to do something for the animals. Now here a monkey picks up a cloth from a magic book on the magician's behest, after which the magician tells Elphaba that this monkey has found a flying. If you recite this spell, mantra, you can give him wings. On his request, Elphaba recites the spell, and surprisingly, the spell works. Elphaba was happy that she did something for the animal, but when she saw that after her spell the monkey was in pain, and the feathers on its stomach were growing, so she got scared and wanted to stop this magic spell. But even when she read the spell in reverse, the spell did not reverse. In anger, she asked the magician to stop the spell again, Then the magician told her that his magical powers are not so much that he could read the spells of this book. And this work was done by Elphaba, so it means that Elphaba's powers are very high, and now whatever is happening, no one can stop it even if they want to. Elphaba became even more sad. What did she want to do and what happened? When she went outside and saw, the whole army of monkeys was suffering in pain and wings were growing on their backs. Seeing this, she understood that actually the magician and the principal have trapped her together. Actually, both of them did not like animals, and wanted to make them their slaves, for which they used the innocent Elphaba. Knowing this, Elphaba got angry and took the magic book, and decided to run away from there. Seeing her running away, Principal offers Glinda to teach her magic, and tells her that in return, she just has to bring Elphaba here. Perhaps Glinda also liked this opportunity, and she too ran after Elphaba to catch her. Now the army of monkeys, who had got wings. The principal orders them to fly and find Elphaba. The magician too, went into the room, and puts her special guards on finding Elphaba. Glinda, who didn't want to lose the chance to become a magician at any cost. She had now come close to Elphaba. She was trying to stop Elphaba from going, but Elphaba had to go. At this time she had come to a room, where there was a hot air balloon, and she wanted to escape from there by sitting in it, but by then many of the magician's men also came there to catch her. But before that Elphaba sat inside the air balloon, and started to leave from there. Before she could leave, the roof of the palace was closed from above, due to which their hot air balloon burst and a fire broke out. Elphaba and Glinda fell down and got stuck in a room, where Glinda explained to Elphaba that this is a good opportunity, you are getting everything, why don't you accept their offer? On which Elphaba angrily tells her that my dream is not to rule, I always wanted to do something for the animals. On the other hand, it is shown that the principal spreads the news in the entire university and the whole city that Elphaba is a thief and has run away with the book. On hearing this everyone felt very bad, and everyone started hating her. Elphaba and Glinda also heard this announcement. Elphaba got very angry on hearing this. Then Galanita explained to her that you should spit your anger and apologize to the principal, and everything will be as it was before. But Elphaba did not want to do anything like this now. What had already happened to her, she could not bear anything worse than. She now started reading a verse from that magical book. Glinda stopped her, but because of that spell, she got a magical broom with which she flew away from here. Even the magician's cards were not able to catch her. As soon as he ran away from there, the principal took Glinda with her, and offered to teach her magic and said that together they will find Elphaba. Elphaba felt that Glinda would not shake hands with the principal, because she is cruel, but when he came to know that Glinda has joined hands with the principal, her heart broke. This city had done very bad to her. That is why she cursed this city to live in darkness. She went far away in the mountains. The story ends with the lesson that no one is born with evil, but the attitude of people makes a person good or bad. In the end, we also come to know why were the villagers happy on Elphaba's death, because with Elphaba's death, the curse of their town was ended, and thus the whole story ended.